Texas Life Pre-Licensing Chapter 5 Exam Questions. A $20,000 life insurance policy application completed, however the producer does not collect the initial premium. At what point does the coverage go into effect? When the applicant receives the policy and pays the initial premium. Coverage on this policy becomes effective when the applicant receives the policy and pays the initial premium. When a policy owner cash surrenders a universal life insurance policy in its early years, this may be considered a red flag for an anti-money laundering violation. Cash surrender of a universal life insurance policy in its early years might be flagged as suspicious under anti-money laundering regulations because it could be seen as an attempt to launder money. An underwriter determines that a life insurance applicant's risk should be reclassified due to a health issue. This policy may be issued with an extra premium. An extra premium is charged to compensate for the increased risk associated with the health issue. Teresa cash surrenders a recently issued whole life policy and requests that the proceeds be payable to an unrelated third party. Teresa would likely be red flagged for violation of anti-money laundering rules. An __________ contained in a life insurance policy states that the policy will not cover certain risks. Exclusion. Q applied for life insurance and submitted the initial premium on January 1. The policy was issued February 1, but it was not delivered by the agent until February 7. Q is dissatisfied and returns the policy February 13. How will the insurer handle this situation? Policy was returned within the free look period, premium will be fully refunded. A pilot applies for life insurance. The insurer approves the application with a $10 additional monthly premium modification due to the risk involved. The pilot declines the additional premium modification. The insurer will then likely issue the coverage with an aviation exclusion. Since the pilot declined the additional premium modification, the insurer is likely to issue the policy with an aviation exclusion to mitigate the risk associated with the pilot's occupation. Before a life policy is issued, which of these contract elements is necessary? A signed application by the prospect. A signed application by the prospect is necessary for the issuance of a life insurance policy. A Medical Information Bureau (MIB) report may disclose prior use of marijuana. David the agent met with a prospect and ended up selling an insurance policy. While filling out the insurance application, David makes a mistake. In this situation, David must correct the information and have the prospect initial the change. Consumer reports requested by an underwriter during the application process of a life insurance policy can be used to determine probability of making timely premium payments. The purpose of these reports is to provide a picture of an applicant's general character and reputation, mode of living, finances, and any exposure to abnormal hazards. The reason for backdating a policy is to obtain a premium rate based on an earlier age. Backdating a policy allows the policyholder to pay premiums based on a younger age, thereby reducing the premium amount. Peter has recently signed an application for insurance. The insurer must advise her in writing that an investigative consumer report may be conducted according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Upon delivery of a rated life insurance policy, the producer must obtain each of the following, except 1. Signed HIPAA disclosure. 2. Signed amendment. 3. Signed statement of good health. 4. The required premium. When an insurance application is taken by a producer, which of these statements is true? Any changes made on the application require the applicant's initials.